everyone. It's time for lucky round number 13. Let's find out who will watch in our feature match area coming up this round. Check it out. We have Justin Schabel versus Jonny Guttman. Two of our tournament leaders, both sitting at 10-2. Is it prowess? Interesting deck for the weekend, up against Esper Gorios. Let's get to meet our players. Justin Schabel, second Pro Tour ever here this weekend, won 8-8 at Pro Tour Final Fantasy in Vegas. Had a 7-round winning streak at a regional championship to get him back to the PT here this weekend. Up against Jonny Guttman, who is having an absolutely fantastic tournament as well. Top 8'd at the Neon Dynasty Championships back in 2022. Better known perhaps as Ginky online, where he learned to play Magic starting in 2015. All right, Corey, it's time for the Corey Steel Cutter, isn't that right?
Yes.
Talk about these decks.
Red Steel is back. Thank God. Let's take a look at Justin's list here to start. And I remember I was commentating that event. He also made the top 8 with this exact deck here. Is it prowess? It is an extremely aggressive deck. You're trying to utilize Corey Steel Cutter to make yourself a bunch of go-wide monks, as well as the Slick Shot Show-Off, be able to plot that on turn 2, and then you very well can just win the game on turn 3. So this is one of our fastest decks in the format. It's, very easily disrupted. If you can deal with the creatures, then you're going to be doing okay. But also, if you can get the combination with Violent Urge going and give a creature double strike, let's say a Slick Shot Show-Off, you can do a ton of damage here. And on the other side, we've been seeing this deck a lot because it's the most played deck. This is Jonny Guttman's Esper Gorios list. We just saw this out in the feature match area for the last round. Got a little unlucky with those double mulligan to 5s, but gonna be trying to stop these early aggressive games. And if you can connect with an Atraxa or a Griselbrand pretty early, you should have enough time to be able to win this matchup. But this can definitely be a tricky one for the Esper Gorios deck.
All right, well, both of these players are at 10-2, so this is not a win in for the top 8 just yet, but whoever does win is just one win away. All right, I'm going to send on over to Marshall and Paul with the call for round number 13.
Yeah, thank you, Maria. That's right. We are in the stage of the tournament now where people are getting very, very close to top 8 contention, either locking up a seat or maybe picking up a win here like our two players in the feature have right now. Paul, a win here doesn't guarantee them a top 8, but boy, is it in sight if you pick up this match.
Yeah, absolutely, especially because in events like this, if you get the bulk of your wins earlier on in your tournament, then tiebreakers come into work. So the better record that you have early, especially for these players, if you do pick up this 11th win now, all of a sudden your tiebreakers are even better than most of your other opponents. Then you can even potentially position yourself where if you lose out and you might still be able to draw into the top 8.
Yeah, that's one of the subtleties of the late stages of a Magic tournament this big. We have to cut the whole field down to 8 players, and oftentimes tiebreakers are part of that equation. And that's a general rule that the earlier you get your wins, the better for your breakers. Let's take a look at the head-to-head here. Justin Schabel on the left with Is It Prowess? I was looking at the list. One of the fairest decks we've seen, right? It's really cheap and does a lot of cool getting a lot of triggers off of prowess, but ultimately it is a creature beatdown deck at the end of the day, and then Jonny Guttman's on slightly less fair Esper Gorios.
Yeah, Is It Prowess deck, if you look at the list, it does look very nice. It's very streamlined, super. It can kill your people turn 3, right, with the right draws. The issue is it is a creature-based aggressive deck, and that's all you're trying to do, trying to get one of your prowess creatures to stick and play a bunch of spells, but that's pretty vulnerable to a metagame that has tons of solitudes running around. So if you're really leaning on just one threat to try to get you there, oftentimes that can be broken up with a solitude. Now, if you do get a hand with multiple threats, right, and you have that aggressive start, then maybe you can still piece together enough wins, or excuse me, enough aggression to get Jonny dead before he gets, of course, inevitably his combo.
Who's on the play here, Jonny?
It does look like Jonny went first here with an untapped island. Was this a mulligan? Is that all he has in hand?
5 cards. 5 cards, yeah.
Yeah, started the day off really strong with the 3-0, but with some mulligans here, Jonny does have Tainted Indulgence that he can play on turn 2 with double Goryo's Vengeance. So he's looking for Atraxa or Griselbrand to put into his graveyard. Now, the one thing with this Is It Prowess deck, like I said, it's extremely streamlined. It's just got a bunch of creatures that care about a bunch of prowess effects, pump spells, free spells, cheap spells, but not a whole lot of disruption to stop the graveyard stuff, at least in game 1.
Tough one for Jonny. Multiple mulligans to 5 here. on day 2 of the PT. He's going to have to really slog through. This does happen on long tournaments sometimes.
And Justin has a really nice turn here. You can go turn 2, Corey Steelcutter. We saw that a lot at the last Pro Tour, but this is the deck in Modern that can take advantage of this card as well. You can go Corey Steelcutter into Mishra's Bauble, get that token right away, and get in for a good amount of damage.
Yeah, Justin's start looks very good here.
I think Jonny should respond with a Tainted Indulgence. Does have a Force of Negation in hand.
That is actually a threat that he could do. It's going to stay on top there. And now we're going to see the Tainted Indulgence.
After the Surveil. Right.
That's right. Make Justin make that decision without the knowledge that a Tainted Indulgence is on the way.
Yeah. Since it took him some time, did not find the big creature to put into the graveyard there.
All right.
All right, you get to see the Is It Prowess deck doing its thing here.
And there's the Bauble.
Bauble, 2 card types in graveyard right now. This is an attack for 3, it looks like.
It's a start.
It's a start, but if Jonny doesn't have any removal, it is very likely that Justin will have the win next turn.
You see the Slick Shot Show-Off in hand for him.
Also a Lava Dart, that counts as 2 spells and 2 damage.
Violent Urge as a potential big finisher on the with the Show-Off particularly.
Yeah, if Schabel can get Delirium off of the Dragon's Rage channel activations, if you look at Lava Dart plus the Bauble plus the land, he just needs to find a sorcery to put into the graveyard, or perhaps just even a creature.
Wonder if Jonny could have just used Force of Negation, right, and just exiled the card draw spell instead of casting it.
Yeah, the issue is that puts him so far away from actually trying to win the game, right? It just delays it. So I think Jonny didn't really want to go for that. Now, this is actually really interesting.
Well, what if he hit a blue card? That would have been nice. But anyway.
Sure. Yeah, but the really interesting thing here is Jonny could just crack Flooded Strand and get a Surveil land. If you get extremely lucky, could just Goryo's
I like how you're thinking, Paul.
Play. Jonny also did find a Solitude here, can exile Ephemerate if Justin tries to go for the win this turn with a bunch of prowess triggers.
Justin's going to have to navigate what type of things Jonny has. You know, both players know that on a mulligan to 5, this should favor Justin, but Jonny only needs a couple of cards to get right back in it. That's part of the power of playing these combo decks.
Yeah, that's
5 cards can turn into, you know, a whole handful real quick.
And that's the thing with this prowess deck. It is not actually an easy deck to play. You have to consider so many the freeze spells, the solitudes, the disruption. So, and you have to do kind of all that math in your head with your hand and play around all the different variables that your opponents can have as well.
Arid Mesa for a mountain here for Justin.
So let's say, for example, you run out the Slick Shot Show-Off this turn, you know, with the Lava Dart. If you cast that and flash it back, that's the Slick Shot Show-Off would be a 5-powered creature. And then if you, for example, hit Delirium, the Dragon's Rage Channeler becomes a 3/3. Also, by playing the Lava Dart and flashing it back, you also trigger the Coria Steel Cutter as well. So it's a lot of damage coming in.
Oh, looks like he's going to take at least a slightly slower angle here.
Yeah, so by playing the the DRC right there, you're Justin really looking to try to get Delirium, right? Because now you get 2 triggers here from the Dragon's Rage Channeler when you run out something like a Lava Dart here.
And then an additional 2. So he's got a lot of ways to get a lot of cards in the yard. Yep, Dart, target you, trigger, trigger, trigger.
Trigger, trigger, trigger.
Yeah, the triggers are all those triggers. Yeah.
Jonny says triggers are good. Go for it.
All right, this is the first channeler ability that puts an instant. Okay, that
so he's 3 now.
Right.
No, I guess the dart.
Yeah, dart's an instant. So
but also he may want to flash. You know, so it may not be in there. So he does decide to keep it. Another
Mutagenic
instant.
growth. Okay, so couldn't find a creature or sorcery here.
So they're both 2/2s.
Quarry Steelcutter comes into play.
Yeah, so now the Lavadar's on the stack. So I'm thinking
Lava Dart on the stack. It's targeting you.
And as you heard from Justin, both of the monks currently are 2/2s. One from the Prowess trigger and the other one from the token that was created through the Quarry Steelcutter.
Yeah, the Lavadar's good. Always 16.
Lava Dart resolves.
So currently 5 power on board on Justin's side. Johnny sitting at 16. Has a violent urge, but again, could also flash back Lava Dart.
Wow, he's going to go for the Violent Urge here.
No delirium. Not a delirium? Okay, but it triggers. And yeah, check on resolution. Yeah,
Right,
I'll let
but-
the triggers go and then I'll think again.
Because he has
Yeah.
Force of Negation. So he can actually cast Force of Negation here if he doesn't hit, if he hits Delirium.
And
He
there's
hits
a creature.
Delirium, yeah.
And what they were talking about was Violent Urge checks on
So right now
resolution
they're
to see
both
if you have
power.
delirium,
Yep.
meaning
So
that
I'm
it's
gonna
not at the
track
time you
prowess
cast
triggers
it.
Right.
size.
It's when it
Prowess
resolves,
triggers.
and so
Like
he
the
does
prowess
get the double
triggers.
strike bonus here.
Yeah.
But it is still on the stack. So now Johnny goes, well, do I want to
Now
take
have delirium. Let's see.
a ton of damage here? Because that Violent Urge,
Yeah, that's.
I mean, that's just too much damage. I think you kind of, I mean, but the thing is, Johnny also does have the Solitude here.
Sorry, yeah, it was
Could
all
also
that.
do that if he wants. But at the same time, I mean, that Force of Negation is not doing a whole lot anyways. But you do, if you hard cast the Force of Negation,
So
you
this
do
is
miss out on the
4,
Surveil
8,
trigger, which gives you a shot at Goryo's Vengeance.
15.
Something's happening.
To get a
So what is-
white
is
land,
this-
maybe?
14 damage?
Oh no, did get a Surveil land here. Okay, so that tells us that he is going to be going for the Solitude
Yeah.
line here to prevent the lethal damage from the Violent Urge. And again, if Johnny
Does
hits
he get to free roll here?
if Johnny hits a big creature on top, when Justin attacks, you can just Goryo's Vengeance in the big
Yeah,
creature.
and he's attacking, so this is it. Let's see.
Here we go.
This is big.
Something big?
If he can hit an Atraxa or a Grizzlebrand or something,
Don't think it was.
that would have been in the graveyard a little quicker.
He would have flipped it over way faster.
Yeah, because if you can do that, then you get a whole grip of cards, and now the Solitude feels real free.
Yeah, right. And now you still just have your work cut out for you.
He just shakes his head.
Yep.
I'll go to damage. Right, this is for a,
Yeah, 8. The other monk is 11. And this is 14 damage coming in. So Solitude takes care of the double striking creature here. Now the question is, does Justin want to run out a Lava Dart? Looks like just going to choose to keep it, not cast it, just because he doesn't have lethal this turn. So gonna wait for next turn because that Lava Dart means that you're setting yourself up for the ability to make another token with the Quarry Steelcutter next turn. So, I mean, Johnny takes a bunch of damage here and is still pretty far away here from kind of getting his combo going. No big cards in graveyard.
sorry, this is power 4.
Oh, it's power 4. You're at 19.
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay, yes. Okay, yeah.
We have
Yeah, this is 6
consensus.
damage.
Yeah, I'm at 9. You're at 19.
Okay, your turn.
Well, he's setting up for next turn,
Yeah.
so Johnny's got to do something.
A Surveil land would, of course, be very nice. Surveil land, of course, into big creature, that is.
Right. Is there anything he can do? He's got Goryo's Vengeance, Force of Negation, and an unknown card.
Unknown card.
He's passed a turn back.
Okay,
Maybe Johnny's just going to stand there and look scary.
right. And Justin, you're not holding anything back, right? So I think given this hand, you just go Slick Shot, Show Off, Flashback Lava Dart, make a bunch of things and attack. Play the Surveil land because you could hit another Lava Dart, right? And
Sure.
put that into the graveyard.
There's the show off.
Cast to Show Off, Flashback Lava Dart.
Let's target you.
You go to
Yeah,
8, and that's
it's more
lethal
than
on
enough.
board. Justin Schabel picks up game number 1. a fairly steady march forward, and really has to be said that mulligan to 5 hurt Jonny badly.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jonny still had some outs there, right, with some of the surveils to try to hit something, but couldn't really get anything going. Only thing that he did of note there was just cast a Solitude.
This time he's going to keep 7, but it's a somewhat action-light hand. He needs to get to turn 3, get the Quantum Riddler Ephemerate thing going, but he is on the play, so he should be able to do so.
Right. Yeah, as Justin's deck, it's almost impossible to kill somebody on turn 2 with this deck, so it might just straight up be impossible, but perhaps if you draw 4 mutagenic growths or something
weird,
along
I'm
those
sure.
lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Force of Negation's a little bit awkward because you're just not going to exile that Quantum Riddler, right, out of the hand. Big decision here on the Surveil.
You see Justin has a threat-heavy hand with 2 more Dragon's Rage Channelers, a Swift Spear, and a Show-Off.
Right. Fairly spell-light hand. It's just all creatures, but of course the Preordained can kind of get that ball rolling by itself. Okay, keeps Atraxa on top actually because it is a blue card to pitch to the Force of Negation, because I think Jonny is, with this hand, you're pretty committed to warping out the Quantum Riddler and then just running out the Ephemerate on it.
Interesting here, Justin actually drew Corey's Steel Cutter. If he hadn't, he would have been more or less Force of Negation proof this turn.
Right.
But that is kind of the one you want to get down here, maybe?
Right.
Like,
yeah,
I guess he's got a lot of options. He could flood the board with DRCs.
Yeah, you could
show off Swift Spear.
You could plot the show off even.
Oh, right.
And then go Steel Cutter into show off. But then you won't have mana to cast any spells.
Does he go for the cutter? He does.
Okay.
And Johnny's probably going to have to counter it, right?
Yeah, it's one of the more, it's one of the scarier cards here because it just keeps making things.
Yeah.
So this is nice. And not only that, I mean, Jonny wants to empty out his hand anyway.
Oh, right.
There is a shot that he might just be able to get the Riddler going and draw multiple cards off of it.
Yeah, and you know, like you said, he kept that Atraxa so he could have access.
Right.
It wasn't for Preordained.
Yeah.
It was for this. It's really interesting that draw was one of the better draws for Justin from his perspective, but not as the hands played out.
Right.
If he just drew a mountain or something, he probably would have, played a couple of threats.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to play around Force of Negation, certainly you could have just played a couple of creatures here and just attack.
Right. It's just you're so incentivized to get the Steel Cutter down.
Right.
Not that he's heartbroken about the transaction.
Yeah, because even if you get countered, you still get a Surveil trigger, right?
Yes.
Off the Dragon's Reach Channeler. So you still get a little bit of value there. And it looks like Justin kept on top, right? So most likely a land. Or a Mishra's Bauble, maybe a free spell.
Mm-hmm.
But at least Jonny is going to know the coast is clear here. I do not believe Justin's deck plays... Justin's deck does not play Force of Negation, probably just not enough blue spells. So Jonny will be able to go Riddler into Ephemerate here.
And that is the plan.
Yeah.
Nice big blocker, a bunch of cards.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty tough for this Prowess deck to deal 6 damage to a creature. It just kind of blocks everything.
Yeah. Okay, so Jonny does enable his game plan. He had a floody hand to start with, and it hasn't improved that much.
Right.
And unfortunately, that is one of the difficult things for him to get out of his hand. So he can start abusing the Riddler.
Right. 2 triggers here. Iteration. And then now the Preordain resolves. So you get the Surveil 2. But won't be able to attack this turn.
Looks like he's going to scry one to the bottom.
Yeah, and this should buy Jonny a lot of time. Even has a prismatic ending here, just to get one of the channelers off the battlefield. And given his hand is so light on action, I don't know if Jonny cares about getting in 4 damage here with the Riddler. My guess is he's just going to blink the Riddler and just draw an extra card.
Yeah, that's not really where he's at, right? Yeah. So he's going to ephemerate, targeting the Riddler, get a card, then get a card for his draw step. Can he add some non-lands here? There we go. Faithful Mending and a Solitude, too.
All right, that was a couple of really nice draw steps there for Jonny. Biggest creature on the battlefield and 2 forms of disruption.
He's going to start by Prismatic ending one of the Dragon's Rays channelers. Now he would need a second untapped white source, which he does have, but it might hurt a little bit if he wants Faithful Mending up. If he's just going to use it for Solitude, then he won't.
Just pass with a fetch and see what happens, right? If you absolutely need, because now we're already at 4 mana. Jonny might just be interested in hard casting Solitude, which also seems really good in this matchup.
It definitely does, and right now he's sitting behind that Riddler.
Yeah.
That's not a speed bump. That's a stop sign at the moment. It just says any single creature is not getting in there.
Right. You're going to need to do some weird stuff like double Lightning Bolt or just flood the board with Quarry Steelcutter, something along those lines.
Sorry.
Is Justin surveil?
Yeah, that's your surveil.
Okay,
yeah,
I was wondering.
Kind of.
Okay, yeah. Well, Jonny allowed it.
Yeah.
Slick Shot Show Off can potentially be something that can even at least allow you to trade with the Quantum Riddler.
Yeah, that's good. No, sorry. It's not
And this is the tough part, where when your opponent actually shows some resistance, has some interaction, and a big blocker, all of a sudden it just gets so much harder, especially without Quarry Steelcutter.
Yeah, Justin's forced to really take a much longer game plan here.
Yeah, and you have to favor the Esper Goryo side if we're getting to turn 5 and Jonny's sitting at 17 life.
Absolutely. Another Dragon's Rage channeler.
Yeah,
now we're going to see a white source from Jonny.
Right. Might just keep the mending. Could just get a surveil land potentially.
Yeah. Oh, I was wrong.
Gets the basic here.
I guess he does have Hallowed Fountain
right.
on the shrine.
Right. So you can just cast the Faithful Mending this way.
I'm going to cast.
Ah, there we go.
I'm going to 18.
And now you just see this deck doing its magic. That's another Quantum Riddler, which Jonny can hardcast next turn.
So he can hardcast either the Riddler or a Solitude?
Right.
Wow, he got a Prismatic ending too, so he can Riddler with Solitude
back up. Yeah.
Minimum.
And, you know, honestly, if Jonny wanted to draw 3 cards, there's a world where he just fires off that Solitude, exiles the Prismatic ending, then plays Riddler and just draws 3 cards.
Fuel the fire even further.
Right.
He got rid of the ending.
Okay.
And just kept the Hallowed Fountain.
Yeah, that's also totally fine. I mean, you really want to get that fifth mana source here. Still found a backup Prismatic ending as well.
Wow.
Yeah, could even go ending, play land, and then warp the Riddler and draw 3 cards.
That's really nice.
That's super strong. It looks like that's what he's going for here. Setting up the Prismatic ending here. All right, down to 3 cards, play the land, down to 2 cards, warp this in. With 2 Quantum Riddlers in play, with 1 card in hand, 3 cards. It is a messed up Magic card.
That is brutal from Justin's seat. He just has to sit here and watch.
Yeah.
I mean, this game is
It's getting very close to over.
Very close to over. It's difficult for Justin to try to steal a victory from this board state.
Right. 3 lands, down 6 or 7 cards.
Nothing going, by the way.
Iteration could be a step in the right direction here. Can find you 2 key cards.
Chad's asking about that Atraxa. That's actually just exiled.
Yeah, that's exiled off of a Solitude, I believe, right?
No,
Force of Negation. Excuse me.
Right.
Yeah.
The Steel Cutter.
The Steel Cutter, right? Yeah, but still just no good attacks here, right?
I think that's what Johnny's decided too.
Yeah. I guess there is the iteration, and there could be some free spells on the horizon. So land. So that die you see up there, that's just the number of spells that have been cast this turn. The Slick Shot show off currently a 3/2.
It's going to go for Bobble.
Bobble would make it a 5/2. And you could potentially make a bluff attack here because Justin actually doesn't have another spell to play. But you play the Bobble, and then your show off is a 5/2, and you still have a mana available. So I feel like Justin kind of just has to attack, just given how behind he is here.
It's just rough because doesn't Johnny just kind of want to block anyway?
Yeah, it's possible.
Like if he says,
Yeah, I
okay,
mean, it's
blow
possible.
another spell and just
He's
trade
just like,
these
I
up.
want to keep my life total high anyways.
Yeah.
So maybe the attack isn't good.
Justin, just take a look at Johnny's top of library. He just has Scalding Tarn there, so sometimes you'll see players see what they've got going if they'd like to shuffle.
Especially because Johnny just has the backup Riddler that he can play that's been warped.
3.
Oh,
Okay.
here comes the swing, Paul.
All right.
You asked for it, you got it.
And just blocking the biggest creature.
Yeah, he wants to block, and Justin's just going to have to say, cool, man.
Right, so this is what, 6 damage coming in?
Yeah, and then just throw the show off in
Show
the
off
bin.
away, yeah.
But I mean, this is
Right.
obviously time for desperate measures.
Of course.
That's why you came up with that line too. You're recognizing that this game's only going to go a couple more turns. If you're in Justin's seat, watching Johnny just draw 3-4 cards a turn.
Right. Wonder if Johnny's just going to pass here, potentially. Just keep up Solitude. It's like, how can I lose this game? It's a weird combination of, it's a weird sequence where somehow you get this Riddler off the battlefield and you hit me. So I'm just going to keep up Solitude and just cast it this turn. Because there's no way Justin's going to be able to deal with the Riddler and Solitude next turn.
Threat's diminishing quickly here for Justin. He just had to throw one away to try to force some damage through.
Oh, Unholy Heat, actually a clean answer to the Quantum Riddler.
Oh,
right?
wow.
6 damage. I mean, Justin certainly has Delirium at this point. Helps you find an answer. When did he? Oh, he drew it off the bubble because I was trying to figure out when he got that card. So now, really no choice but to just run out the heat here. Hope you don't have Ephemerate or anything for that matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Right, and then just go for it here. But of course, Johnny didn't cast Quantum Riddler and last with 5 mana up. Right. So
Justin's not going to be feeling comfortable in this position, but he just doesn't have a choice.
Exactly. Where is the Unholy Heat? Oh, it's on the stack.
It's just down below the lands there. There's Solitude.
Johnny responding with the Solitude. Okay. Exiling the DRC.
When it gets to the hard cast Solitude part of the game,
right?
Not usually much else to do.
And what? Only one spell's been cast, and Justin has a pair of spell snares that doesn't do anything, so he can't even really attack because Johnny's just going to happily block here.
Yeah, this is the reason that this deck doesn't play any counters in the main and only has a precious few for for the sideboard. And when you draw them in situations like this, it's
It's basically what, a mono red deck with preordain and expressive iteration, and then a smattering of counters in the sideboard.
Okay, back over to Jonny. Justin did manage to get him down to 12, but that's about to go up to 15.
Oh, and Solitude getting in there here. Does Jonny have a green source in play right now? I don't think so, because he drew a Traxa.
Yeah, you're right.
Polluta Delta, if he's got Breeding Pool, some decks play Hedge Maze. Let's take a look here. If he's got a Breeding Pool, he can just hard cast a Traxa.
He's going to go for the Psychic Frog, but that is finally a target for the Spell Snare.
That's fine, because even after that gets snared, you go land, and then you just play the Riddler, and you're still good here.
But he only gets one card, Paul.
Well, yeah.
And a 4/6
Yeah.
flyer.
So yeah, we're going to be heading to a third game here, but of course, Justin will be on the play. That's, of course, very, very big in this matchup.
See that Celestial Purge from the board there for Guttman as well. Just having all of his bases covered.
Yeah, I mean, it literally kills every threat in Justin's deck, so. This would need to be a legendary draw, and Fiery Islet is not it. Justin does not give up.
Maybe some information to be gained.
Right. Yeah, even if Jonny showcases a Celestial Purge, although you kind of assume that's coming in.
You do assume it, but you know, when you're bringing in Spell Snares, it's nice to see even more.
Justin knows. He's like, wait a second. Wait just a second. Why are you taking 3 damage this turn?
There's the Atraxa, and that is enough. He's not going to make Jonny go through the motion there. So, game number 3 incoming. As you mentioned, though, Paul, Justin now on the play, which is so critical. It looks like Johnny's down to 6 cards, which is, that's not that abnormal for this deck. It is a combo deck.
So Justin's hand is okay, but there is one issue with this hand. Only one threat, right? Currently only has a Monastery Swift Spear in hand, so if Jonny has a Prismatic Ending or some way to deal with the Swift Spear, Justin's going to have to find another threat to put some pressure on.
You see the Pest Control there for Jonny, another sideboard card.
Yeah, nice card in this matchup. Kills the Swift Spear and the Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Justin gets a little sneak peek of what Jonny's got going on.
Jonny actually bringing in Mystical Dispute in the matchup.
Interesting.
Maybe fight through Justin's counterspells if he leaves that up. Oh, Drew, Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Oh, that's really nice. This is kind of the opposite of the one from before.
Right.
Because he had Expressive Iteration, and maybe with no other threat would have felt content to just fire that off here.
Yeah, but you know,
it could get...
I actually think it was not a good draw, though.
Oh.
Because if Justin plays the Dragon's Rage Channeler, Jonny can then just fire off a Pest Control.
Oh, you're right.
Right? So,
yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe he just kind of has him either way.
Right, exactly. And Justin has to just play out both creatures here.
Yeah.
Jonny probably has one Pest Control in his sideboard.
And you could consider stopping it too if you really wanted, but realistically, you're just jamming, right?
Yeah. Pest Control, some counter magic. Psychic Frog with the Atraxa, so just needs to find a Goryo's Vengeance to get that going. Does not want, yeah, this is not an Ephemerate hand.
Right.
No Riddlers, no Solitudes. Yeah. And Jonny's probably going to go for this Pest Control and go, please just don't have Spell Snare. I would really love it if you don't have Spell Snare here. Now, Jonny actually drew Solitude, so that's an amazing draw too. So even if there is a Spell Snare, still has some interaction available. But here we go. Oh, actually going for the Frog instead, which does do a really good job of just blocking.
Lava Dart you.
End of turn.
He's got 2 types right now for Delirium.
Right. Looks like we got a real interesting choice here from Justin. Imagine if it's a Corey Steel Cutter or something, right? That could be a card where you just go, maybe. Oh no!
And it's similar. It's another artifact.
Right.
So that puts him at 3 types.
And he has an expressive iteration in hand. And that would put type number 4 into the graveyard, as it is a sorcery.
But he still won't have attacks, will he?
Well, he's got that Unholy Heat in hand, so that's going to do 6 damage.
Okay,
I don't think Johnny's going to...
So he has untapped red.
Discard all 5
Holy
cards,
Heat.
right? Yeah, yeah. So probably would let it resolve, unless Johnny goes, you know what? I actually like my Psychic Frog. I'm just going to force a negation your Unholy Heat, exiling the Mystical Dispute.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, actually just countering the iteration itself.
Oh, he's forcing the iteration.
Yeah, I mean, it is a nice source of card advantage. But if he does this, if he does this, the Unholy Heat does get turned on, right? And that would kill the frog, and he doesn't have a force for that.
Right, and he actually doesn't have any way to save it, right? 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And he put the Atraxa back on that spot on the battlefield.
Right, it looks like it's
driving
in
me
play.
nuts, Paul.
So that frog is going to die here. Johnny will take some damage, but, I mean, the coast is clear to resolve the pest control, so Justin won't have a board after this either.
Right, of course.
And
so
Johnny's
now it's
only on 2
first
lands.
to draw a reload here.
Right. Johnny currently only has the 2 lands, has to play out the pest control here.
I agree you are there.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Did find Goryo's Vengeance, so now... But that attracts as exiled.
It is.
So
in the middle of the battlefield.
Right, so needs to find some way to get another large creature in the graveyard. What can Justin follow this up with? Wow!
Wow, Steel Cutter, great threat.
But consigned to, oh, but there's a Lava Dart in the graveyard, okay. That was huge. So this is 3 damage coming in.
Wow, what a draw there for Justin. He is right back on track. Down to 5 is Johnny.
Down to 5.
And he needs something. He found another Atraxa, but he can't get it in the yard right now?
And he can't even cast Faithful Mending if he draws it here.
Wow, only 2 lands to deal with. This is game 3 between Jonny Guttman and Justin Schabel.
Okay, does have
This
a
is only 2.
Solitude. Does have a Solitude. Might just need to use it here to get the token off the battlefield. No, taking the damage. So now he's also
now he's in bolt range.
He's in lightning bolt range here as well. Okay, prismatic ending on the token.
But
okay.
boy, that Seal Cutter still looks scary.
So if Justin finds a Lava Dart or a cantrip like Preordain, Expressive Iteration, those would all be strong draws here.
Surgical Extraction.
That's 1 spell, but you can't cast Consign, right? So you can't double spell this turn. Oh, man. So, but that is technically a spell you can cast. So Justin wants another spell here if he wants to find a token here to attack. Lightning Bolt!
He found Lightning Bolt?
He found Lightning Bolt. Doesn't have to go for it right away. Johnny could potentially cast Force of Negation. And he's surgicaling.
He's surgicaling right now. He is basically, he just gets to sit here on Lightning Bolt, and he gets to see his hand.
He gets to see his hand, and he does have the Mystical Dispute. But if he wants to cast Mystical Dispute on the Lightning Bolt, he goes down to 2 life. And then the Corey Steel Cutter kills Johnny.
Huh.
But Johnny does have a Solitude with an Atraxa, which he will have to fire off.
This is some valuable information for Justin. He has the win in his hand.
Right.
But now he knows that it wouldn't resolve.
Right. You would get a token off of the Corey Steel Cutter.
Because it would be
the second spell after,
plus bolt.
Right? But then Johnny does have the answer in that, but would have nothing left in hand because the second Atraxa would be exiled. So if you're Justin,
do you just wait?
Do you wait or do you just go for the bolt? Because now Johnny can't crack that fetch land.
Yeah,
right?
You take him off of that too. But if you let him go to end step, then you don't have the steel cutter attacking him this turn.
He does have consign to memory as well, though, right? You have consign on the Solitude trigger, which you can do as well. So he's going for it, and I think he has this locked up.
Lightning bolt target you.
I mean, you have to dispute, right?
5 or 12, maybe with 3. What? I have you at 3.
I have you at 3.
Attack for 2 twice.
Whoa.
What did Johnny think he was at?
He was at 8 the previous turn, then took 3 damage, went down to 5.
And then it got hit for 2.
Right.
But Johnny didn't know. He thought he was at 5. Look at his life total pad. He thinks it's 5 to 12, and it's 3 to 12. Oh, no.
Because maybe then in the previous turn, he should have potentially...
Because he took that extra hit.
He did take the 2 damage there.
There's dispute. It resolves.
Consign.
And then there we go. Consign the Solitude trigger, and off we go. Justin Schabel picks up number 11.
And you can see the...
He looked so excited about it, too.
Yeah.
That was tough for Jonny Guttman. You could tell that there was a little bit of confusion about his life total there down the stretch.
Yeah, there was a little bit. I mean, so much damage is going back and forth there. But also just, I mean, you have to think, if you're Jonny Guttman, you started off the draft, you started off the day 3-0ing your draft, and you have lost back-to-back feature matches here. So now...
You could see it on his face.
Yeah, back definitely against the wall. He's now sitting at, what, 10-3? Still has a very, very real shot of making the top 8, but of course, this has gotten much more difficult for him.
That's right. We're going to take a short break and let Johnny take a short break too. And when we come back, we'll have more magic right after this. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to coverage here at Pro Tour Edge of Eternities. Marshall Sutcliffe with Paul Cheon. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, those are Furbies. They got a whole setup for it over there too. It's like a secret lair.
Right.
Furby thing, if that's...
Would not have expected that to be a thing.
It made me laugh.
But
like,
it is now. Yeah.
I smiled. I was
Right?
like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, that's kind of cool. Lots of stuff to see here at MagicCon Atlanta. But we're focused in on the high-level competitive play that we get at the Pro Tour. We are playing Modern right now, and we are in the kind of mid to late stages of day 2. This is where we don't have any guaranteed top 8 competitors just yet. but over the next round or two, we're going to start seeing slots get filled up. Here we have Alex Rohan versus Gabriel Nassif. Slightly skewed on the top finishes there, but also 21 years of extra experience there for Gabriel Nassif over Alex. So let's give Alex some time. He might be able to catch up. Simic Neoform versus the deck that Gabriel Nassif kind of pioneered, Azorius Blink, just going for the straight up blue-white Blink deck.
Yeah, and really interesting matchup, not something that you would have really expected kind of coming into this, because of course Nassif's list is fairly unique here. But, you know, we are going to game 3, and Rohan, Alex actually won the sideboarded game and won a fairly drawn-out game number 2. So now we're headed over to game number 3. Nassif has a really cool card that I do want to highlight here for the matchup here. I believe Mist Caller. He's got a 1/1 in that one, which could end up being quite powerful in this matchup. You can fetch for it with the Shepherds. So
okay.
But on the play with the turn 1 Ocelot Pride, so pressure already on Alex. And this is, you know, when you're facing up against a turn 1 Ocelot Pride, the Simic deck really doesn't have a whole lot of interaction. When there is that clock, you feel so much more pressure to try to go off as quickly as possible.
Yeah, this Ocelot Pride could get out of hand so quickly.
See Ophelia there, Teferi, and an Orim's Chant.
How would you describe the deck that Nassif is playing? Like aggressive, mid-range? Like what is it, combo-ish? What is it?
So it plays very similarly to the mid-range Esper Blink shell that you've seen people playing. It's got the Philia, it's got, of course, Quantum Riddler Ephemerate, but it's not playing Overlord of the Baelmerk. Instead, it's playing the Starfield Shepherd as the other target that you would like to blink with the Philia and the Ephemerate. So it's more streamlined. It also gets to be a little more aggressive because you get to play 4 copies of Ocelot Pride and 4 copies of Guide of Souls, which are really powerful 1-mana creatures that you can also search for with the Starfield Shepherd.
Shepherd was a nice find for this deck.
Right.
It's a powerful uncommon from Edge of Eternities, but you wouldn't predict that it would make a mark on Modern if you saw it. But it really does fit well. And of course, it is powered by these incredible 1-drops. Like this Ocelot Pride could just win this game on its own if left unchecked. It's crazy.
Yeah. So again, Alex doesn't have a whole lot of time here to kind of piece together his combo here. All right, he's going for it now, it seems.
Summoner's packed on the stack.
Summoner's packed on the stack.
We're going for it.
Gonna be looking for that Allosaurus Rider, exile 2 green cards, and just run out of Neoform and hope it's good.
Is there any way for Nassif to interact at this point? He has an Arid Mesa.
So he's got an Orim's Chant, which could prevent you from casting the Neoform this turn, right? So in response to Pact, you can just Orim's Chant your opponent, and then Alex has to pay for the Pact next turn. Obviously can't, but you have to assume he's got a Consign to Memory to counter the triggered ability here.
Cards? 5.
Alex will still be able to search for the creature, just will be unable to cast it if Nassif casts the Orim's Chant here in response.
And would the full sequence be, assuming that Alex has Consign to Memory, he would consign the trigger from the Pact and then play a land and still be able to Neoform?
On the following turn?
Right. Is that how this plays out fully?
It could.
If Nassif decides to interact here. He's thinking.
And
this is a big moment for this match. Remember, we're in game 3 here.
It does look like Chant is the only form of interaction that Nassif has here. So it looks like he's going to go for it.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
At least currently it's just a delay tactic.
Alex,
but sometimes that's the difference.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex fetching? Okay, maybe he's got.
Feels like
he wants to fight.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, if you spend mana to counter the Chant, you can't really play anything anyways, right? You can't play the Neoform if you spend some, mana to counter. Oh, of course, never mind, Pact of Negation. So now, with Consign, you can actually replicate it and counter both pack triggers on your upkeep.
That is hilarious.
So Alex going for it here. There is the Allosaurus Rider. You have to assume he's got the Neoform here. Okay. It should resolve.
Okay, it did resolve. So
did.
Rider down, Neoform doing its thing.
Can now find an 8-mana card to get.
Griselbrand? Sure.
Yeah.
17 life.
17 life. You can gain a bunch of life here.
Let's get going.
Excuse me. You can draw a bunch of cards.
Yeah.
Find yourself some more counter magic here.
And it's a big Griselbrand, too.
It is an 8/8 Griselbrand here off the Neoform. And I don't know if Nassif even has a way to get that off the battlefield right now. There is a Teferi.
He's got a baby Teferi.
But doesn't, I don't even know if he has the third mana source here.
Oh.
You can fetch for a Surveil land, so should have a pretty decent shot at finding land number 3. But perhaps the damage is already done.
Right, because he's going to activate Griselbrand right now.
Go to 10.
Just draw 7. That's what it's there for. Here we go.
Now, does Alex Rohan, some lists do play one copy of Nourishing Shoal to gain a bunch of life. Unclear if Alex has it.
Nassif is cracking his fetch. Is it going to be a Surveil land?
I imagine it will be a Meticulous Archive.
Yep. You were right.
All right, so Nassif has to assume Consign to Memory will counter both pack triggers here with the Replicate.
Shuffle them well, Nassif said.
I think I have a lot of outs.
Oh, okay.
He likes his chances.
Any of the impossible guys.
Oh, he's already thinking, though. Oh, no, it's going into the yard.
Oh, he
what
needs
is this
So
card?
wait, if he plays Teferi and bounces, then Alex can't play Consign on his upkeep, right?
You're absolutely correct.
Untap land
Yes,
one
I need
time
an
for
untapped
Nassif?
land.
Oh, he needs a land so bad here.
Blackstones of Trocare, Island, Plains, Flooded Strand. I don't think he has
I
it.
don't think he hit it. He hit Ophelia.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
So close.
And I mean, is that it? Is there anything else Nassif can do here? Could he look to find a Solitude off of the Quantum Riddler just to get some damage in? It's just a lot of Philias. Had 2 looks at an untapped land.
You hear him say, shuffle it well. Well, Alex did.
And now I think he's just going to be looking for either a land here or a Solitude maybe. But Alex has a full grip, and if Solitude resolves, Alex will gain 8 life.
It was another copy of Solitude, by the way.
Solitude?
Yeah, off the top for Nassif.
That was the first Solitude, right? Or
he found Solitude.
Okay, yeah,
is what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
So you could get an attack in and hope Alex has nothing next turn. The thing is, Alex will have to cast Consign. So if you Solitude the Griselbrand, Alex can't do anything next turn.
Yeah.
Right?
His mana's tied up.
His 2 mana will be tied up, and some Ocelot Pride beats, right? It's something.
It is.
It's something.
It would have been nicer to just win the game on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, of
Nassif,
course, just
but-
casting Teferi would just straight up be the game, of course.
And Alex says, well, if I'm going to gain a bunch of life because of Solitude, I'm going to cash that in for 7 more cards.
Whoa, he drew 7 more
Yeah,
cards.
because he's going to go back up to 11 anyway.
I mean, it's possible he just didn't have Consign in hand as well, right? Maybe that's why he's drawing the
interesting.
cards. But he's gaining 8 life here, so he's fairly...
He's at 11, yeah.
He's at 11, goes down to 9, and has a million cards in hand. You could, if Alex naturally found some Allosaurus Riders, can just put them into play, right? He has so many cards to pitch.
Yeah.
Double pack trigger. Here's a Consign. Counter both pack triggers. Alex has, what, 14 cards in hand? Something like that? Because he's activated the Gristlebrand twice.
I would say he has at least 14.
At least. 3. So we're going to at
14
least...
going to 15.
We got at least a land. He's got to have a land. And a real good shot at having another Allosaurus Rider. Not sure if he still has Hooting Mandrills. Could potentially do that too, right? Because plenty of cards in the graveyard.
Nassif facing that challenge of being so close to victory,
7.
not quite getting there, and then having to reconstruct a different game plan. Finding that solitude was clutch, though. Endurance.
Okay.
Target myself.
Exiling the graveyard.
Sign for a trigger.
Okay.
So this will get shuffled into
That was Eldritch Evolution.
Oh, okay. Targeting and shuffling everything back in.
Yes.
To have a 3/4 creature on the battlefield.
discard.
It's got reach.
Yeah. I mean, it just kind of blocks everything, and Nassif already used the Solitude.
Now Alex is going to have to go to discard.
Right.
That sounds like it's
Presumably, you know, if you're on the Nassif side, you know that Alex is going to have the ability to go off again next turn.
Did you see what Nassif did?
What?
He said, while you're deciding, I'm going to draw my card for the turn so that I can start thinking.
Right,
basically.
yeah. Does not find land number 3, so still can't play the Teferi here. So this is going to be very, very tough. No way to get rid of the Solitude. And I don't think Nassif has any energy, so I don't think you can jump the Ocelot Pride here either if you play Guide of Souls.
No.
And I think Nassif, did he say go?
He
Ooh,
did.
This is rough.
Really wanted that third land last turn. He
Right.
still somehow hasn't found
You
it.
have to be liking your spot here. We have to just assume Alex has the perfect 7 cards in hand,
Right.
After a double Gristlebrand trigger. So we're talking about protection, a consign for the Pact, some big creatures. All right.
Looks like he's just going to do it all over
Yeah.
again.
And at least from what we know of Nassif's hand, I don't think he has any way to actually stop the combo this turn.
Right.
And if Alex's hand is just full of all large creatures, could just get a Galta, right? And just put everything into play from your hand.
Right. That Galta.
This one, not the GGGGG.
Right. This one's just GG
Just
if he
GGG.
gets it on the battlefield.
Right.
Nah, I think just GG if he gets this one on the battlefield. But
And Teferi won't even be lethal anymore. Presumably, Alex can play land number 4 this turn to pay for the Summoner's Pact. So yeah, Nassif, that was his window there.
That was.
Right?
Oh, he knew too.
Yeah. What are we looking at? 20, 22-ish lands, 2 looks.
There's
He's probably a favorite.
Few tap lands.
Right?
Yeah, he
oh yeah,
probably
some
was.
tap lands, yeah.
We see the Rider again. And Eldritch Evolution now.
Eldritch Evolution. All right.
Yeah, resolves.
Resolves. Okay.
Now you can just get anything.
Right. You can just get whatever you want. Already got that Gristlebrand before. Can get a Traxa.
Looks like that's top of the heap, but maybe
Yeah.
just in case there's something better.
All right.
It's
That's an
rare
Atraxa.
that there's something better than a Traxa,
Yeah.
and that seems to be the case here too.
This is going to allow Alex to look at a ton of cards here. It's 10 cards.
You think Atraxa is one of the best creatures ever printed?
It's got to be up there, right?
I think so.
There's a lot of good ones, though. Some of them are not legal in Modern.
Yeah.
Right. Psychic Frog, Ragavan, Arboreal Grazer. That one is legal.
I wonder who's on the.
That one is legal. It's a good one. If we ever showcase an amulet deck, that is a very important card for that deck.
Let's just say it's on the list.
It's on the list. Nadu, right? Yeah. Nadu had its time.
Nadu made it off of a few lists.
Yeah, it's no longer.
Yeah. Okay, so here's our Atraxa trigger, and all Nassif can do is just sit and watch.
Yeah, so we got enchantment, land, creature.
Yes.
An instant there as well.
Right, so do you want consign or pact of negation? That's the question.
Right.
I'll leave it to Alex to...
Yeah. I'm sure he's 8-3-1. He knows what he's looking for at this stage in the game. Could even play the Hooting Mandrills here, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, he's just, at this point, he just doesn't need to do anything. You just play your big creatures and you just start swinging away.
Yeah. He's still only up against 2 mana after all of this.
Right, yeah. And it's not like, what are you going to do with the Philia, right? Like, you can't blink the Atraxa. It just comes back and all of a sudden you get a million things.
Yeah, if you did that, you'd have to win that turn.
Right. Yeah, I think at this point, it's just going to be a little too much. Alex has gotten to do all the things that he set his deck up to do. And at this point, with what he has in hand and what he has on the battlefield, I just don't see Nassif coming back from this. Found the land a little too late.
There's the hollowed fountain he needed a few turns ago.
Right. And you can see Alex, okay, the only way I lose here is if I don't pay for my pacts. I'm going to put a little die there as a reminder on top of my deck.
Yeah. I remember there was a player who had, like, you know those hamster ball things?
Just something gigantic.
It's like this clear dome.
Can't forget.
And they would put it over the thing, so like your
You can't
hand
even
just
touch the
hits
deck.
it. Yeah, you can't even touch
Hey, you know
it.
what? When they made that rule change where you can do something to remind yourself,
yeah,
you know, it was just the thing to do. You're just not losing anything.
All right, there's Teferi, Time Raveler, finally. A little late to the party if you're asking.
I had myself at
Nassif.
16 after the shock, and you had myself at 15.
Yes.
So I shocked for Witch Chanter, I gained 1, and then I fetch, tapped, lost 1, and then I gained 1 more, right?
You should be at 16.
Wow.
Okay.
Nassif able to just exactly say
Right.
every life total change.
So can't consign that. So it looks like it's going to resolve. I suppose, yeah. If this resolves, you can just bounce the Atraxa, right? You bounce the Atraxa, and Alex can't do anything, as Teferi is in play.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you can Philia the Endurance away and get in for an attack for 5, gain life, and then make tokens. Doesn't quite have the city's blessing, though. I think you're 1 short for Ocelot Pride, right?
8 permanents
8, and
plus
then the token comes in,
token.
would be number 9. Yeah. Man, drawing that third land would have been so strong.
Oh, it would have been so good.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Wow. Nassif wins with that Teferi because Alex has to pay for the pact. He can't consign the pact, so he's totally tapped out.
For the blue pact?
Right.
Because he had enough mana to play for summoners.
Could
right?
Alex have played Hooting Mandrills that last turn, right?
I thought he could.
That would have given him an extra blocker there, but he wanted to keep a consign to memory. That could have been really big, right?
What an ending to that game. That came completely out of left field.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
And you know, that's the thing. I mean, Teferi is so strong against the packs because the whole game plan for these Neoform decks is pack. It's okay. I'm just going to consign everything. But if you can't consign everything because Teferi's in play, you have to just naturally pay for the pack. So Alex's mana was completely locked up that turn. So the only other line that I could see him doing there was just running out the Mandrills so that actually Nassif doesn't have a good attack, right? Because all of a sudden, if you blink away the Endurance, you still have a 4/4 to block Philia or the Ocelot Pride.
Wow. Crazy ending.
Wow.
We almost had that one end just off the top deck land. It didn't come, but a few turns later, somehow Nassif put the pieces together and picks up the win. Man, he's going to be eyeballing a top 8 here if we're not careful.
It's what is like his first one maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be really exciting for him. All right, we're going to take a short break here from Atlanta. When we come back, we'll be back at the news desk to set up the next round. Don't go anywhere.